Good afternoon, everyone. This is Lynn, and welcome to our session today on editing club positions. Today, I have Mike Soden on the line, who will be helping with our presentation, and in the answering your Q&A, we will have Rochelle and Donna, who will be answering your Q&A. And then after the session, we will open it up to live questions and answers where you will raise your hand. Remember, if you want a larger picture of the presentation, on the top right corner, select Standard View. And we will be recording this session, so it will be in the usual place in the support section under the DACDB training, which we'll point out during the presentation. So I am going to begin in our Hollywood Club that we usually use for these presentations. And we're going to talk about what positions roll up to Rotary International. So it used to be just 6 positions, but now they've added 2 other positions that they're interested in rolling up. So it's, of course, the president, the secretary, the treasurer, the foundation chair, the membership chair, a club executive secretary or director if you have that position. And now they've added service projects chair and public image chair. So let's proceed to add these positions. So you're going to go to your My Club tab. And then on the left-hand side, you're going to see a menu. You're going to select Edit Admin Functions. And then Edit Club Positions. It automatically defaults to the current year. And I'm just going to use the current year because you can put next year's positions in the current year. So the first thing I'm going to do is Jennifer has agreed to be the membership chair next year. She's the membership chair this year. So I am going to click the pencil in front of her name. And since she's repeating the position, I am just going to select Clone Last Position. And as you can see, it added the new org year, and I'm going to click Close. Now, Tom Cruise has decided that he will be the president-elect, so I am going to click the pencil in front of his name. I am going to add a position, and he's the president-elect right now. So I'm going to change the start date here to July 1st, 2021. And the end date, I am going to make that June 30th, 2022. And next to the club position name, I'm going to click the little gray Add button. And I am going to put a check mark in President-elect. I'm going to scroll down to the bottom of this pop-up box and click Save. And then I'm going to click Add. And now you can see it automatically recorded that he is going to be president, then immediate past president, and past president. So you're good with him for a couple years now with adding positions. So I'm going to close that. I'm going to go over here to Matt Damon, and we're going to clone the last position for Matt. And I'm going to close that. And then Drew is going to be the treasurer. So I'm going to clone that position. But Drew is also going to add a position to for the new year. So I'm going to edit it now. And I'm going to click the edit next to the year 22-23. And I am going to add the club service chair. She has agreed that she's going to take on this new position. And I am going to click update. Now, there's several reasons why you want to make sure when you're editing club positions that you use the little add or edit that appears next to the position rather than typing it in, because this way you are selecting the position, and in some cases they are tied to role keys. And where the role keys come in, are on the district level. The district has committees for presidents, treasurers, secretaries, service chairs, public image chairs, etc. When you define your positions correctly in your club, they automatically roll up to those committees on the district level, so that when the district is sending communications to those certain levels, you're sure that your individual holding that position will be notified. I'm going to click update here, and I am going to close. So once you've done all of this, the next thing to do is to make sure that they roll up to Rotary International. Since this is our fictitious club, we really can't see that here because, first of all, none of these individuals have Rotary numbers and we can't tie it into Rotary. So I'm going to just go over to my own club for a moment, and I'm going to go over to admin positions, and I'm going to click edit club positions. And I am just going to go to my own position, and I am repeating that for next year. And I'm going to close it. And so now I'm going to go up to my club, and you could have done it on that left-hand menu, but I want to just go to the icon. I'm going to go to my club. I'm going to go to RI Compare. And everything is scrambled, so you really can't see the names. And on the left-hand side menu, here's the Club Officer Compare. So this is the step you'll do right after you add the folks. So what I'm going to do is click this arrow going to the left and this arrow going to the left. What I've done now is I've moved those individuals right up to Rotary International. So now, for example, here's the president, which is our president-elect. This individual will have access to Rotary Club Central when they go to pets, so they can put their goals in. So this is another reason why it's important to get all these positions added. So your first step is editing club positions. Your second step is going to RI Compare and then the Club Officer Compare to make sure everyone rolled up correctly. And again, here are the positions: Club President, Secretary, Treasurer, Membership Chair, Foundation Chair, Executive Secretary, Service Projects Chair, and Club Public Image Chair. Let me get back to our Hollywood Club. And now we're ready to open it up for questions and answers.
Looks like everybody's pretty quiet today, Lynn.
Everybody is really quiet today. So if you have a question, raise your hand.
So Mary Briggs, what's your question?
We have formed a charitable foundation for our club, and that charitable foundation has officers. And we would like to be able to list those officers below the list of officers, our club officers, on our newsletter. So how can we list those officers in DACDB?
Well, what I would suggest is you reach out to your district communications officer or district secretary and ask them to create those positions. You might call it foundation president, foundation secretary, something to make it identifiable from, your regular club positions. Once they add those club positions, you'll be able to select them right from the edit club positions. And then you'll actually be able to put the sequence in as how you want them to appear on your website. So if I go back to the admin functions and edit club positions, and I'm just going to click Jennifer's name here, and I'm going to click edit so you can see it. Here's the sort position right here. So once they add those positions for you, you can simply change the sort order to any order you want. So they appear in a certain order when you click on My Club.
Right. So we can't have foundation because we already have a foundation chair, which is the Rotary Foundation chair. So it would have to be Club Foundation.
Correct. You
There.
can call it that. You just have to, come up with something that will be identifiable and not used. And of course, they probably won't have any roll keys because those are positions that would not roll up to the district. So they can create those positions without a roll key, and then you'll be able to select them.
Okay.
Okay. Next question, Sam McDaniel. I'm going to allow you to talk. Just unmute yourself.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
All right. So, well, how do you delete a club position if if someone resigns or if you've made a mistake and need to assign to someone else?
Right. So I'm going to go right here to Jessica. And now what I'm going to do is click the delete button. And then I'm going to put a check mark where you want to delete it and click delete. It's going to tell me that I'm deleting it. I'm going to say okay. And then when I close, I can now find the person that is going to be the sergeant at arms and add them to the roster. So I'm going to change this to, so this is if you made a mistake, easily, oops, sorry about that. There we go. And save. So your little buttons here, just pay attention to them. Add, edit, delete, and clone.
Okay, thank you, Sam. Our next person is Heidi. Go ahead and unmute you, Heidi. And what's your question?
So does this work the same, the roll up to Rotary International for new members when you're adding new members?
Yes, when you're adding new members, after you add new members, instead of going to the club officer compare, you'll go to the member compare.
Okay.
And if everything is okay, it'll look like this.
Okay.
If there's something wrong, if that person doesn't roll up to RI, they're going to be sitting up here on the top row 1 on the right side, nothing on the left side. There'll be a button on the left side, 2 buttons actually. One will say add to RI, the other will say terminate in DACDB. So you can click that button that says add to RI. A small box pops up and it's going to kind of give you a warning. Do you really want to do this? And you'll say yes. A second box pops up for you to confirm it. Finally, a third box pops up. When that third box pops up, if there's any error in the record, it's going to tell you what it is. For example, if you had something for the address incorrect, it would tell you the address line is invalid. You can go back to that member's record, fix the address, then come back here and click the RI. And I do want to mention something right now. Right now, there's a lot of people cleaning up their clubs and they're taking people off their roster. And some people I noticed are putting it as of December 31st. On December 31st, you need to come into Member Compare, and all of those people you've terminated will be on the left-hand side in red, and there'll be a button next to their name that says term in RI. Because you're putting a future termination date out there, you're going to have to come in and click all those buttons. There's really no reason to wait till the end of the year to terminate someone. If they're not participating, if they've moved away, if they joined a new club, go ahead and terminate them. But you're going to have to click that button that says term in RI. A new message will come up that says this member will be terminated by the end of the day. You don't want them on your roster come January, and because you will be billed full dues for them.
Okay. So I have added them to our club, as a new member, but at this point they don't have a Rotary ID.
So did you come in and click the button that said add to RI?
Oh, probably not.
So go back and click the button to add to RI to make sure there was no error when you entered the information.
Okay. All right.
All right.
You, Lynn.
You're welcome.
Okay, our next is Bob Lucas. I'll go ahead and unmute yourself and allow you to talk.
Yeah, I just had a quick question. You have the new app available, the DACDB app. Is
Mhm.
that what you're using now, or are you using going into the
This
old
is your
back end?
regular database. You cannot do this on the mobile version.
Okay, okay. That was my question.
I mean, obviously you can do it on your phone, but you got to be logged into DACDB.com.
Yeah, okay. Now, the other question I have is, we're on Club Runner
Mhm.
as our main
Mhm.
database.
Yep.
But we still have to make the changes, and we still have to transmit it from DACDB to
Well,
Rotary
no.
International.
So
Okay.
what'll happen is if you have us as your read-only partner,
Yeah,
you will just come to the member compare right here.
okay.
And then if you've terminated somebody, they're not going to show up here on the left-hand side.
Right.
So they're going to show up here on the right-hand side, and then there'll be a button that says term in DACDB. So
Okay.
you'll click the term in DACDB to terminate all of them. If there's somebody new on the left-hand side, there'll be a little button there that says add to DACDB. And all you need to do is click that button that says add to DACDB, and that'll move it right over to DACDB. That's the easiest
Okay.
way to keep in sync.
Okay. That's my
Okay.
questions.
Thank you,
Okay.
Peter. I'm sorry. Thank you. And the next one is Peter. I'll go ahead and let's see, allow you to talk. So go ahead and unmute yourself, Peter.
Can you hear me?
Yes, again.
Okay. The question I had was hopefully very simple. When you do the compare in RI, is it always scrambled, or is that just?
No, I just scrambled it because just to protect the names.
Okay.
Yes,
Thank you.
nope, you'll see all of their names and you'll be able to see if anything's misspelled.
Okay. That's a relief.
Yeah, GDPR is kind of overtaking the world these days, so we have to make sure we protect everybody. Okay, next person is Andrew Walker. Go ahead and allow you to talk there, Andrew, and just unmute yourself.
Thank you. I added some, I'm the secretary-elect, secretary and trainer in training, and changed some club positions today. And so I've done pretty good, but what I didn't do was this compare RI. When I edited the positions, I did not use the edit button. I just went in and changed what I needed to.
Okay, so what I would do is go back to your edit positions and click just the pencil in front of their name.
Right.
Let's see, let me go back over here.
I got
Just
you.
to do, yep. And just to make sure you really selected them, because otherwise, when you go to the RI comparer, you may not see any names in there.
I got you. That's what I wanted.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, and Ron Johnson, you're next up. Go ahead and unmute yourself.
There, you just gave it to me.
Oh, okay.
Can you hear me?
How about that?
You can hear me now?
Yes, we
Yes.
can.
Okay. I kept looking down here like when we have our old Zoom meetings, and I never saw the mute button, but you were in control of it. Okay,
Yes,
That's right.
yes, yeah. We use a webinar just for exact that purpose, so we don't get surprised. People coming in.
I'm a learner and a 76-year-old president-elect. So
Oh, very good.
great.
Wow. Okay.
yeah, and it's my second time around. I can't believe they wanted me to do this again.
Yeah, done that a couple of times as well. I understand.
Let's go quickly to the first level of editing that you were talking about. Do you have a page on those 3, 4, 5 steps you were mentioning that I can print and have right next to me?
If you go to the support tab,
Yeah. Oh.
and then over here under club,
Yeah.
and then here, add and edit club positions right here. And there's a little video, and then here's the details of how you go about doing it.
Okay, now so go
So
to
it's
the
support.
Support, number 1.
Then club
Okay.
on the left,
Okay, got it.
and then add and edit club positions. And there's also a video on it, a short video. And this presentation is taped today, and you're going to find this presentation under support. DACDB training on the left, and then our Tuesday training. And by the end of the week, it will appear down on the bottom of this list.
Well,
So it will be there.
that will be very helpful. Thank you very much.
You are welcome.
You're welcome.
Okay.
And a longtime friend and user of DACDB, Phil Morris. Go ahead and talk. There we go. There we go, Phil. Sorry about that. I'm a little slow in the uptake. I'm usually not the one that does this.
Okay, this is Karen.
Oh, Karen. Okay.
Oh.
My question is, are they still, the stuff that changes you make in DACDB, are they still automatically going up to RI? Or do we need to be going?
The changes normally go up to RI. If you have any interruption in internet,
Right.
whatever, if you have one little error, always come back to RI Compare. It takes just 5 seconds to click this on. Oops, I'm in. Oh, yes, Hollywood doesn't have that, by the way.
No, I mean, I do that actually for our district, but I know we've had some problems in the past where it seemed like a lot of the things that are the changes that they made in DACDB did not go up to RI.
Right.
And I just wanted to make sure that they're still supposed to be doing that.
They're supposed to be doing it, but I say don't take chances.
Right.
Always check RI Compare, especially if you're terminating someone, because that person may be joining another club. And if you do not terminate them, they will not be able to join the new club because they will tell them that they belong to another club.
Yeah, we've had problems with that. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
So, yeah, I just say it takes just a few seconds to make sure everything you did is correct, especially with your club positions. Right. So just one quick double check and you're good to go.
Okay, thanks.
Thanks, Karen.
Okay, next up is Clarice. Let me go ahead and allow you to talk. And go ahead and unmute yourself.
Hello, thank you all for doing this. I appreciate it. I had gotten an email a couple months ago saying that our officers for this year are in error because we had somebody that was treasurer for only a couple of months and say they had in August 15th. And then the next position started August 16th. Can you do that? Can you put in partial dates?
Yes, you must do that. Otherwise, they won't roll up. So yes, if the person ended on the 16th of the month, the new person cannot start the same day or you'll get an error. And the same thing that goes for a new member. If they're coming from another club, their start date has to be at least 1 day after their termination date.
It's 45 minutes. So what?
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, well, then those are all the hands up.
Great.
I don't know if we have anything in Q&A that either Donna or Rochelle might want to ask that question for one of the people, but.
Go ahead, Donna.
Frances Moore asks, could you repeat the positions again more slowly? Her screen isn't working well and she can't unmute to see a full image.
All right, so here are the positions: president, secretary, treasurer, membership chair, foundation chair, club executive secretary, club service projects chair, and club public image chair. When you go to RI Compare, and if you have us as your update or even as your read partner, these positions will automatically appear here on the left. So you don't have to worry about remembering them. They will show. Anything else,
Thanks.
Donna?
Yes. And this is a great one. Jack Worthington would like to know how you post co-shared positions. If you've got co-presidents or so on. So
first of all, RI doesn't accept them. RI only accepts one position for those roles. So if you want to have your district secretary create a position called co-president or whatever it is, they will not have a roll key. They do not roll up to any district committees, and you can put them as co's, but they're not going to have any access to RI that the true positions have. RI does not offer co-positions.
Okay, and we actually have one other hand that just got raised. So Tom,
Okay.
let me go ahead and allow you to talk.
Yeah, I might have missed this. I had a phone call I had to take. I was gone for a couple of minutes. Looking at the screen that's up right now, it has, I'll put it this way, we have 4 directors at large as officers. So do I have to go to the district secretary and ask him to add those 4?
No, if it's a director at large and that's the name of the position, you can give all 4 of them that. That's not a position that rolls up to RI.
Okay, so these that are shown are the only ones that roll up then.
Correct.
Okay, so
All your other positions, like, you might have Sunshine Committee, you might have, I don't know, the fair chairman, whatever type of positions you have, they do not roll up to RI.
Okay, and where do I add those new ones? I want them to show up under officers though, or is that incorrect?
No, that is correct. Again, if the position name, usually director is out there and you can use director. But most of the districts I've seen have director. If they don't have a director at large, just make sure you go to your admin and ask them if they would add that club position for you.
Okay, ask my admin.
Your district admin.
District admin, okay. Good, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, well, that is actually our last question, and we're
Okay.
just about at, as Ken always says, we're at the kind of the top of the hour, but we have a little bit of an announcement we want to make, and we do listen every now and then when I send out my 25,000 emails to everybody and see who would like to partake in our trainings. We try to make it as amicable as possible so we cover all the different spots so everybody can view it. But we've decided to make a decision that starting in January, we're now going to hold our trainings 1 hour later. This allows the clubs that meet on Tuesday for lunch to attend the meeting. So starting in January, we will be holding our trainings. Mountain Time will be 2:30. It will be 1:30 Pacific Time. And so just kind of be on the lookout for that as well. Len, why don't we go ahead and run into our specials. So just as a reminder, we have 50% off all of our 3 major modules, which is is engagement. Then we also have finance, and then we also have WordPress. And so up until the end of the month, it's 50% off. Lynn, if you could take me over to our marketing website, which is DACDB.org. And if you just click on the pricing. And so as Lynn scrolls down here, you'll be able to see the pricing and the promo codes you'll need when you go to the shopping cart. You simply put in that promo code, and these are the individuals that you're looking at. But if Lynn scrolls down a little bit further, you'll be able to see our discounts on bundles. Once again, the promo codes are there. But other than that, I think we're probably done for the day. This is also our last meeting for this year. So I'd like to wish everybody a happy holiday season and a happy new year. And Lynn, I'll let you close it out.
Thanks, Mike. And thank you for joining us today. And we'll see you next year. Have a great day.